Kaya. I'm Coleman, author of Lies, Damned Lies, and I'm going to read to you from the introduction. Words are weapons. Stories are dangerous, for they define who we are. They define our history. They can be weaponized. Stories and history are tools and weapons of war. Stories can be used as part of genocide, because if you say people are extinct, other people might want to believe it. Stories can be part of genocide because you can use stories to erase a culture. We are the stories we tell each other, and the stories we tell ourselves. History is nothing but a story. A nation and its culture are defined by that story, and the story is not always built on truth. You might think you know the history of the colony of Australia, but do you really? History is trying to speak to you. It always has. From the birth of the colony in 1788 down to today, the ripples left by the wake of longboats still reflect from the shore. Can you hear it? Can you? Can you hear it? Can you hear it? I'm certain I can, but perhaps I listen more carefully than most. Do you listen? Are you listening? Do you even want to listen? Do you even want to know? The echoes of colonisation sound out even now, more than 250 years after the first shot fired in Australian soil, when in 1770, Lieutenant James Cook, not yet a captain, fired at the first Aboriginal men he encountered when he landed a longboat near where Sydney now stands. Cook named that place Botany Bay, after the abundant samples the ship's botanist Joseph Banks collected. You might notice that the colony in New South Wales was not founded in Botany Bay, but in Sydney Harbour. Can you hear it? That first crack of a musket on a beach echoes down through Australia's history, and will, until it is unpacked and dragged, creaking and screaming into the light. It will always be there, wounding the soul of our already heartsick nation until we absorb and neutralise it. When I, and others who don't need to be told, tell people that Cook shot the first person he met on Australian soil, on a beach, firing a warning shot between the men, then shooting again and hitting one on the leg, they sometimes call me a liar. But it's right there, in his own writing, in his journals. You can read it if you like, in the museums, archives and collections, and on the internet, where both facsimile copies and transcripts are kept, and are free to access, free for anyone to read. It's not even hidden. Cook did not consider it secret, something worth hiding. The crack of that shot will never stop echoing. Its ripples will be under Australia's skin forever. It has been said often that Cook declared Australia terra nullius and claimed the continent from possession island in the Torres Strait. However, there are reports it was not even on Possession Island, but rather the log entry was retconned in later, long after he left the continent. Australia is a lie, built on a foundation of lies so deeply embedded in its soul they pollute all the nation is. Imagine constructing a building on warped, bent, crumbling foundation. It leads to a building that can barely stand, out of shape and broken before it is completed. That is history in Australia. You can see the warping on every wall, every corner, every window of Australia. You can't fix something when its foundation is faulty. All you can do is tear it down and begin again.